Starts off right here. I mean, we got some bigger shell kits, 60 shells, 102 breaks, hardcore pyro from Cutting Edge. Go over to the Echo Blast here, Miracle, 84 shells, 124 breaks. So, like what makes this one nice is we don't sell a whole lot of triples separately. So, some of these bigger packs, if you like the ball shell look, you've got some of that, like the cruiser shell, the half canister look kind of, with a little bit smaller diameter. Then we go over to, some of my favorite new ones that we've got this year. The Bounty Hunter, a 4-layered cake. One of the most popular Jarendola cakes, the Prophecy from Miracle. B2 Bomber, this one is one of my all-time favorites because I love the speedballs or zips. So to have those come out, like that humming zip noise that comes out of a cake, super unusual. Some new ones from Raccoon. We love our Raccoon howling into Nishiki, so that howl. Haven't seen anything break into the Nishiki look except for some Pro line items. Pyro Addict, what a phenomenal one here. Kind of the new look from Raccoon this year is all about like our 250th anniversary next year for 2026. So 1776 to 2026 250th anniversary. This is some stuff that they're doing, like battles, famous battles of the Revolutionary War. So very cool history into fireworks this year. The best noiseless cake that you're gonna see on the market this year, the dancing waterfall, the color changing, the ghost look. I mean, this thing right here, fantastic. Some of our all-time favorites too, like very affordable ones. Banana Split, gorgeous lace into crossettes. You've got the compact Good Thinking Lincoln, red, white, and blue. Some of the biggest heavy-hitting percussion, the Tai Chi, that one is fantastic. One of the best duration cakes and color changing cakes right here. You come around over here, some more of these 500-gram cakes. I mean, when pigs fly, with these flying stars breaking, swimming around in the squeal up, the gorgeous cascade from the Rock the Flow, Voodoo Nights, fantastic donut shell rings into the cluster comet look or swimming star look, where it looks like all those serpents swimming around. Azura Burst from Raccoon, new for 2025. Very cool, intricate blues and very definitive and bright, vivid blues right there. Black Angel, I love that comet into like the pigeon blood red, purple, teal. This thing is fantastic. Party Bus, a very interesting one, and directional cake, that's fantastic. I love, a lot of my favorites are kind of scattered all throughout the store, but like I put a lot of my top tier ones like on this shelf here. Some budget cakes up on top. These 500-gram cakes, they wrap around. We do a special for 120. So $30 each on those. That makes it a fantastic buy, especially for this year. Eagle Pride over here, Captain Raccoon. Fantastic pacing on the Eagle Pride. We come over to here. So many of my favorites from Winda over here. Colonel Popper. The cross sets on the Artistic Pyro are gorgeous. My probably arguably favorite, just all the effects with the flying fish, gorgeous comets, no breaks, so you kind of have like a close proximity feel, as well as big brocades and different breaks and crackles on this one. OMG, I need this. Everybody always asks me like, what's your top 5? Shooting this stuff for going on 27 years. This one is near and dear to me from Raccoon. I love this one because every single shot, 24 shots, but 3 different effects per shot. So that makes this one super unique. We come over to here like the Tada. I'm a sucker for cross sets, so anything that, Artistic Pyro, Winda, they do a fantastic job incorporating cross sets into their 500 and 200 gram cakes in some regards. We've got the Marine Life, a really nice, colorful mines and then colorful glittering breaks up on top. Then we have like the full line, what Brothers is really known for. We love that stuff too. The Light Brigade, Bamboozle, Hit the Road Jack, Highfalutin, Saturday Night Special. Bull Market is really a one-of-one cake. So is Just Because, a 3-colored layer mine. You never really see that either. That's what makes that thing so unique. Fan favorite, Free for All, 2 spectacular. I mean, these things get it from end to end. I mean, like 250 feet from end to end. These things cover the entire sky. Vampire Tears, I love the different offset colors that are in this one. That makes it so fantastic and off limits from Top Gun. We love our Top Gun and Iron Man stuff too. They have a phenomenal pace of off limits, very reminiscent of like the Hit the Road Jack and the Highfalutin, but that thing bangs. Then we kind of get into over here the 500s from a couple other different manufacturers like Brothers, Iron Man. I mean, these are fantastic. The Mad Machine, the pacing on that. Guerrilla Warfare is a really popular 500-gram cake from World Class Fireworks that we also carry. But that thing, the pacing, the heavy hittingness, I'm a sucker for no dead time, right? So once that thing's going, like I love like the sky constantly filled one shot after the other. Some of our packaged 500-gram cakes, the Party Pyro Pack from Winda, the Hardcore Cycle, like if you're show building, these are super important effects to have in your backyard show. So them all being different and really like one dimensional for show building, that makes it fantastic. Each one of those 64 shots. The Hardcore Cycles, we've done a video with Cody B at our demo. That is one of the most heavy percussive kits that you'll see out there. I mean, each one of those as a standalone hits massive. Neon Moon, we love those kind of compact zipper cakes, 181 shots, and then 3 comets per volley. So that one is fantastic. Send it to the max. I mean, these are all super, fantastic in their own regard. We've got the Starry Fall Light Chasers. I'm a sucker for Go-Getters, so this is another one of my near and dear top 5 favorites, where the Go-Getter is, it looks like a comet that's just coming out, and then it flares in opposite directions in color and bright, vivid neon colors. Got another Jarendola cake here, Take Me to Your Leader. If you all don't know what a Jarendola is, it's these big UFO-like discs. So these are a must-have for your backyard show. They will hover up to about 150 feet, get another shot of adrenaline, hovers up to another 100 feet, so 250 total roughly, and then double breaking into many times like a brocade, where it kind of looks like a king's crown almost, like in colorful jewels up on the top of its break. We get into some of our 200-gram cakes over in here. These are very fantastic, like a fantastic value, 4 for $50 over in here. We've got heavy hitting pulse pounder, log splitter for a 200-gram cake, basically doing everything that a firework can do. The effects in the log splitter are fantastic. Vibe check is another one of my favorites. I love orange and blue because I'm a Broncos fan, so those colors, they're totally opposite ends of like the color spectrum. So to have those like mold together, it's a very hard formula to make and have those two colors combined. So color changing bouquets from that orange to a blue, that is fantastic. The Lucky Streak, very heavy shot, 66 shot counts on that. It's a zipper, and the color on that is fantastic. The confetti cake, hope you like cleaning up trash. That thing is got a lot of confetti streamers. Do that during the day. That thing is fantastic. Sky Smackers with the Go-Getters, 36 shot, 200-gram cake. But again, that neon Go-Getter, you kind of see that here where they're kind of trailing off into their own direction, and then you've got some nice lace and dahlias, that dahlia hanging up a little bit longer than your average firework effect. The Born to Fly, this has one of my favorite effect combinations together, where you have a silver spinner or tourbillon where it's spinning. It looks like a Milky Way galaxy kind of going up, and then behind that it follows behind with a nice lace. But the other effect that I'm talking about is when it breaks into the cross set. So that one makes it super interesting. Valley of Silence, noiseless cake, 200. You can light this thing off. Out of sight, out of mind. This thing is fantastic. All like very close proximity effects, mines. You've got comets, colorful comets. You do have some breaks where bouquets, it'll break into bouquets. Smoke Dragon, another daytime. We love that one. Anything that you can start your show off with, during your 4th of July festivities with your family or backyard show. We always got to carry a little bit of daytime. Fine colors, excellent red, white, and blue. We do have some timeless ones. Let It Rip is fantastic. Bling Bling. This is always kind of voted on by the American people as being the number one 200-gram cake, just because of everything that it can do. Big, heavy crackles, flying fish, really nice pace, duration. That thing's got it all. Mobile Menace, if you're trying to be rowdy, the crackling, the whistling, I mean, that thing's got it all. Monkey Business from Raccoon, Wild Card from Brothers. Some of my favorite Raccoon and different 500-gram cakes in here. Bad Boys is an interesting piece because it's a hybrid. It's kind of a tier fountain where it starts off as a fountain. You've got a crackling barrage breaking at about 20, comes all the way back down. Fountain again, crackling barrage at about 25, all the way back down as your fountain again, and then a grandiose finale for like 30 feet. So that makes it really nice. Pinnacle, if you love Nishikis, Nishiki Mines, and the big Nishiki breaks up on top. Gumball machine from Top Gun, basically every color in the color wheel that you can have in these glitter breaks here. Chill in the Fire is one of my favorites because it's such a little cake, but the brocade finish, as you can see here, that thing hits harder than just about anything in this store, in my opinion. One of my favorite things, Skull Force. A lot of times on these zipper cakes, like the bigger zipper cakes, where you have a really fast pace, you don't really get in some of these 200-gram cakes. Skull Force is really the main exception. This is, again, one of my top 5 200-gram cakes here. But you can see the color tails here. That right there is a quick, really fast pacing. And then you've got the titanium palm finish there. So that makes it a very interesting kit. Royal Flush from Miracle. I can't say enough positive things about Miracle, but this thing, again, all the effects here with the whistles, the crackles. Again, I'm a sucker for flying fish, so flying fish breaks, and then big tails and brocades. That thing is phenomenal. Neon Rainbows, this name says it all from Miracle. Every single color in the color wheel breaking into a really nice solid glitter. The Azura Raider, again, that Azura is a blue. It's like a blue that Raccoon is trying to make for 2025, where they encompass a lot of blue. Nobody does blue better than Raccoon, in my opinion. We go over here, some of our ball shell kits. I mean, a ball shell is a ball shell until you really shoot like the Neon Brawn. We've got like the Smile Face from Top Gun, Neon Brawn from Winda, the Super Bomb, the Ruckus. I mean, those are a little bit different, like whistling tails into neon, and then six whistling tails to breaks, and then 6 neon shells to break. The neon look for Ruckus is super, super nice. And then one of my all-time favorites from Brothers over here, the American Chief. Every single one of these, except for 2, you've got 2 to 3 different things happening in 10 of these shells. But then over here, you've got just a singular green ring and a red ring. So just one-dimensional shell there. The Futurama with the tails into the assorted breaks here as well. This thing is fantastic. Then we get into some of our spinners. You know, speedballs or your old school zips. You always got to have those. The ladybugs here. Always got to have your ladybugs. Angry Hornet, colorful from Brothers. Colorful smoke bomb. Color coordinated, so you'll get a green smoke into a crackle, red smoke, orange smoke, blue smoke, all into crackle. For daytime use, again, going back to that daytime pyro stuff, we always got to have that. My favorite spinner, I think, right now is the Hover Hopper. This is a very interesting piece. This thing is unlike anything. I mean, especially if you've been shooting this stuff off for a lifetime. I mean, you know, like 50, 60 years old. I mean, you've never seen anything like this where it actually will copter up. It'll come back down. It'll launch back up again and then come back down. Make sure this is on a flat surface, but there is nothing like the Hover Hopper. The Holy Copter from Monkey Mania into really cool like butterfly wings, halo breaks, assorted, you know, kind of designs and patterns. That makes that thing one of one, certainly. And then over here, we always gotta give the Fantasy a shout out, where it's 10 on a board here. You've got 10 spinners on a board, 1 light. You kind of get to see the design here. 5 on each side to make 10. 1 light. It'll feed all of these, like, they look like artificial satellites, but they have a unique, this peach jellyfish. It's like peach, and then the spark tentacles coming off like the jellyfish. It's a very interesting look. And then again, one of my favorites here, a fountain spinner, the Battle Drone. This thing starts off as a gold and silver fountain, and then the drones detach and copter up. So this thing is extremely unique. Over here in this another little center aisle, we have like, you know, your generic Saturn missiles, 25s, 100s, 250 in the red, white, and blue. You've got 300 shot Saturn missiles, your big 750s, then all of our rockets, the Freedom Rings, Space Falcon, very nice assorted brakes on those, and those things get after it. The Aurora rocket here, Stellar Jets, the Ghost Star, very cool ghost look. So, you know, where it will have one color, it'll disappear, change another color, and it will be like a shooting star pattern where 2 breaks over here, 2 breaks down, and then the color change. It's super, super nice. Bottle rockets, you know, kind of standard there. We've got, you know, we used to carry the Silver Fox from Black Hat. That factory actually blew up years ago, and the production on that has been pretty stagnant. So the Silver Hawk to give you a nice silver tail into big, nice breaks. Neon bottle rockets here from Black Cat, where you've got like an assorted, you've got assorted colors that are color coordinated. So you've got 2 pinks, 2 blues, 2 orange, 2 green, 2 yellow, that colorful tail going up into a nice sizable break there. So that makes it nice, certainly. You go over here into like your mid-size rockets, you know, your Texas Pops, your Flying Color Butterflies, the Clustering Bees. We try to carry it all, like triple bangs with 3 reports, so each one of these having 3 pops per rocket. Some other, like the Sky Shock from Iron Man's one of my favorite, the Howl into big heavy breaks. The Jet Screamer, very symmetrical breaks, same with the Skybolt, that's one of my favorites as well. Very symmetrical breaks. I don't like stuff breaking sideways or kind of cattywampus, so for those, you know, that makes those excellent items for your show if you like rockets. Now we'll go over to kind of parachutes, where you've got your military guys. I'm a girl dad. I want my daughter to love this stuff as much as me, so your princess parachutes, where instead of an army man, you've got a princess. Parachute cakes, you know, kind of all your different kind of parachutes that are generic, double night, single day, double day. You know, we kind of carry it all. So NOABs, some of my favorites being certainly the Ghost Dragon. This year, the color change and the ghost effect, that thing is tremendous. Trinity, every one of your 9 shots has a triple break. That makes that one very good. Uncle Sam and Mother of All bombs right here. Those NOABs having that big, long-lasting Nishiki. We love that. Ghost Killer, again, I love that ghost effect. Nobody does it better than Raccoon. And then the Disco Ball, where it breaks and you've got rings around the disco ball. This one here is another one of my favorites for NOABs. You always got to have like your classics, like the Wacky Tabacky. You know, that one is like a staple. You know, what voted, you know, always kind of being like the #1 NOAB. But if you haven't seen Uncle Sam, and I'm out of stock on Neon Jellyfish at this store, but I'm sure our Laramie location has some, and I'll have it quickly. But the Neon Jellyfish and the Uncle Sam from Raccoon Fireworks, those are fantastic. We get over into these Roman candles. What makes some of these very unique is like something like the Rattlesnake from Winda. This is one of our most unique Roman candles, where you have like almost kind of like a go-getter in a Roman candle, and then tourbillons as well. Makes it a very unique candle. Some big heavy breaks, you know, where you've got like your 1-inch artillery shells in these Squad 5s. We have some other looks with that. Candle bags makes for a good, you know, like a good budget item where you get a lot of bang for your buck in that. The chameleon shell, or the chameleon pack, where again Raccoon or Winda, Winda with their, you know, their color change, like a chameleon warding off its predators. We've got the chameleon shells. We've got this. So this is a very interesting look, red, white to blue. Then you get a Mardi Gras theme where it's purple, green, yellow. This thing is a very unique candle as well. You've got the base jump. Going back to that daytime again, we've got daytime candles, colorful smoke, parachutes as well that come out of here. Rapid Fire, Beyond the Glory, those two are again that kind of 1-inch style look. You've got some thicker candles here from Cutting Edge, your 4 assorted, your Overlord from Miracle, and then your Neon Show from Miracle. Very nice neon, bright, vibrant colors in that. Then another interesting thing that we got this year from Miracle the Hammer of Thor. This thing is a fountain Roman candle hybrid combination. So this thing we are so excited to have. This thing is amazing. Then we kind of get into like into the blue. I would be remiss if I didn't say something about this, but phenomenal blues that come out of this. This was brand new for 2024. This is going to be a staple of ours, always moving forward. That thing is fantastic. Then we get into the Maximum machine gun, going to be one of my favorite items. This is battery powered and operated. It does come with one reloadable, 388 shots in this one, 388 shots with the purple pearls with silver, and then blue with silver. This is on a rotating turret, and then 388 shots. So this gives you, like, we like to take it out of the box to show you what it looks like. That thing is phenomenal. Then we've got like the ultimate Gatling guns and other like different kind of Gatling style looks here. 250 shots in this one. We've got another 240 shot one over here. Guns blazing. And then we get into the canisters over here, and I'll show you some of my favorites. Certainly the donut shells, you know, big heavy donut break or halo break here. Kind of one does a great job of showing you what you're getting. The Rainfire, big, you know, Nishikis, nice heavy hanging willows and elongated willows. For 6 packs, Scatter Bomb, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it in our industry. But go-getting shells, so those go-getters, they're like these colorful neon fish that are flying in peach, purple, and green, and they're crossing each other. Then they break into their assorted patterns with Nishiki, double breaking donut shells, big, nice brocades with color-changing tips. I mean, that thing is one of one. Another one of one shell. We always want to carry different. If it's not going to be in my backyard show, why should it be in your guys's? That's how I do our ordering. We always have to carry different and phenomenal products. The Holy Waterfall. If you've ever seen like one of those waterfall breaks where it breaks and it cascades down, that's what this does. The only noise you hear out of this is the lift. So when it's going up, that's all you hear when it breaks. It's very silent, very subtle, very, very pretty. All right, so then we get into some 12 packs over here. The Laser Avenger, Sniper Fire, Pure Outlaws, a very heavy hitting break. The Laser Avenger, the extra large canister too, what I love about these is Raccoon, they do it better than anybody, but putting offset color schemes like teal with yellow and red plum blossom. That red plum blossom kind of like an Alabama crimson Roll Tide look. And then you've got like something like the yellow dahlia to aqua blue with silver chrysanthemum, aqua and magenta with gold, orange palm with white. I mean, a lot of different interesting colors. What I love about that. The Viking, this is a 6-inch can. This has mines to break, mine to Nishikis, and then mine to a ring. So this is a very interesting shell in its own regard too. We love that 12 pack. The Dual Blades, 7-inch can, one of the few that we carry, but it derives the Dual Blades from the dual effects. So you've got like, you know, mines into breaks, and then like you've got like a lot of split colors. So one side of the break will be a different color than the other side. So that's what makes that one unique. We get into like our, over here, I do want to show you something over here. The Black Side Armaments, an 18 pack of 6-inch cans. The variety of effects in this one is fantastic. The RDX Explosion, man, what a cool concept this year from Raccoon, where it's the sawed-off snub nose. Here's what they look like out of the box. I know they're very unassuming, but the mines and then the breakup on top, this is one of the most percussive things that I've heard. The white glitter mine, that's the mine that you'll have all throughout, but the big heavy breakup on top will be different, a variety all throughout. So this is blue with green palm center. That's what you see on this side right here, but all of these assorted. You've got some really nice Time Rain, some Cluster Comets, some nice heavy crackling, some really nice Dahlias. So this, we are super excited. Again, this is a preload. They're preloaded for you, so you have to do less work, but a phenomenal product. RDX Explosion from Raccoon Fireworks. We get into some of our 24 packs over here, 24 pack cans. Our very own Surf and Turf. Thank you, Cody B. Cody B Pyrotechnics, for doing a video of our in-house shell. This name is derived from when you go out to eat to those fancy restaurants. We wanted you to have quality, like you get the Surf and Turf most expensive. This isn't the most expensive, but it is quality. The surf derives from the flying fish that we have in there, the swimmers that go up, or like those go-getters, or the swimming tails, and then into breaks up on top. The turf derives from the mines. So that mine, the spray of showers leaving the tube about 70 feet, it's kind of lower to the ground, and then your big heavy breaks up on top. We have a phenomenal variety in this kit. And then we also wanted to pay homage to our sports teams around the Mountain West area. Blue and orange for the Broncos, purple silver for the Rockies, blue red lace gold for the Nuggets, blue red lace silver for the Avalanche, blue and silver for the Air Force Academy. I'm a Wyoming grad, so we can't really do brown. Our colors are kind of ugly, but to have gold and lemons combined, and then we also have some greens and orange for the CSU Aggie look, Colorado State. So we couldn't be more thrilled about how this turned out. Pack and heat, you've got, going back to this, you have 4-inch, 5-inch, and 6-inch canisters in there, so a really nice variety. Pack and heat, an all 6-inch can. Destiny and Dominion 6 and 7-inch can, where it's double breaking for the 6-inch shells and triple breaking for the 7-inch cans. The ginormous shells, this is a very cool 7-inch kit because you've got single breaking 7-inch shells, double breaking 7-inch shells, triple breaking 7-inch shells, and quadruple breaking 7-inch shells. Growler, Excalibur Platinum, those kind of speak for themselves. They're big, heavy hitting, nice shells there. The Chameleon shells from Winda. Again, we mentioned that Chameleon Roman candle. The color change, again, like a chameleon warding off its predators, color changing from reds to greens, blues to silvers to golds, blues to reds to silver, pinks to purples. I mean, this thing is fantastic. Neon Beef, you've got this 5-inch can here where it's 5 mines to breaks, and then 5 you've got 12 mines to breaks, and then 12 nice heavy hitting neon breaks. Sorry about that. G-Force is always a staple. I mean, this can right here from Winda, this thing is always a fantastic, very conventional shell. Lots of reds, greens, silvers, crackles, assorted colors here. We always have to carry the Holy Nishiki, the best Nishiki shell, in my opinion, out there, certainly. The King Dragon, strobing tails all the way up into the breaks. This thing right here is always a must-have as well. The treasure chest, this is a very unique piece here. 48 shells. You've got 12 4-inch, 12 5-inch, 12 6-inch, and 12 7-inch cans. This thing is always a must-have for us too. The Into the Clouds, I love the variety of effects that Raccoon put into this kit. 6 shells with comets, into breaks, 6 shells with rings and pistols, so like that big donut ring, and then out of the center shoots like a shooting star. That's a very cool, interesting effect there. 6 shots with mines in the breaks, assorted breaks, and then 6 shots, double breaks, and a Nishiki and ring. So those 2 patterns are very interesting. That's what makes this an interesting kit, is those 2 patterns, the Nishiki Willow and then a big, nice ring. Two effects that typically don't go together. The Flawless, I love this one, where you've got Nishikis in gold and silver. I mean, and then these gold, you've got like teals built around it, blues, greens, magenta, same thing with that silver. But then you've got this really nice tail into break, like a sparkling comet tail, like with sparks, gold sparks coming off that sun glow glitter. That one is fantastic. And then the ghost ring. That ghost ring, that's why we carry the Ghost-tacular. Now, this stuff doesn't always come out perfect, but to make this even happen, I don't know, Raccoon is always pushing the envelope and doing some very innovative stuff. But imagine a donut ring into one color, it disappears, it comes back into another ring that's a different color. Again, I mean, some people don't appreciate this stuff enough. I mean, that is like a work of art right there. And then I always love one of my favorites. We have the neon skies, gorgeous colors on that. The mother of all fireworks. I love this one because of this here. The red plum. These 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These right here, the Nishiki Willow horsetail. So it horsetails out. There's color. And it horsetails out and it looks kind of like a jellyfish in a shell. So you see that with NOABs and stuff like that. But to have it in a shell, super cool, super unique. The tiger force right here. The tiger tails into brakes. That's why, keep in mind that tiger tail, that thing is beautiful. We just got that in this year. That's been around for a couple years. And we just got it this year. So we're happy to have that. But a brand new item, the tracer shell. Assorted tail series, so whistling tails into brakes, crackling willow tails into brakes, brocade crown tails into brakes, and then that gold strobe tail into brakes. So here's your color palette, like all the colors you're going to be getting, but also keep in mind you have those tails that are going to break. So that is a fantastic one. Then King of Fire, Quest, some very traditional but fantastic shells. King of Fire from Top Gun, super heavy hitting. We love the percussion on that one. And then Quest, you can never go wrong with the Quest shell from Brothers. So that kind of concludes, I guess. I mean, we've got a bunch of zippers that we didn't touch on. But, I mean, Battle of Trenton from Raccoon, Invincible, Payback, front row seats, the Rainbow Ghost. Again, that thing, I mean, the ghost effect into a zipper. I mean, again, Raccoon always doing different stuff with our industry. So that one we love. The 4K Ultra HD, this one right here as well. I mean, the brightness, the vibrancy that has is unmatched. So that one certainly is an all-time favorite. The Flip Flop Fly, the pace on this one, you know, a lot of times these zippers, they are very quick, very brief. The Flip Flop Fly is over a minute for a zipper. And then, again, you've got the Flying Fish. I'm a sucker for that, so you don't get to see that in zippers a whole bunch. The 250th anniversary cake. This one will be crazy for this year, next year, I'm sure. But red, white, and blue, 250 shots. This one is fantastic. We've got the We Will Rock It. The attack mode is brand new from Miracle. The Time Rain. The Time Rain Tiger Tails, this one right here, and then the Time Rain big heavy braking. This kind of looks like, reminds me of the Spider King that they have right here. It kind of reminds me of the Spider Nebula and how this breaks. So to have, you know, this effect into a zipper is very interesting. So I think that's it. Thank you guys. Enjoy the video. Enjoy the walkthrough.